Okay, now people have figured out at this point, scientists are able to tell, okay, some negatively charged particle is available inside an atom. There is a particle, it is negatively charged, it is called an electron. But they were not able to figure out exactly what is the charge of that electron and what is the mass of that electron. So in order to figure out the charge and mass, they did the Millikan's oil drop experiment. So do you guys know what an atomizer is?
Ma'am, which converts gas into atoms?
Which converts gas into atoms? No. But it converts something into almost atoms. So yeah, atomizer is something like, yeah. So for example, you look at this, right? So this is like a perfume bottle, and when I press this, what happens? I get like a mist, right? So what this does is it is atomizing the liquid, okay? So the liquid is being atomized. That means the liquid is being broken down into small, tiny particles, okay? So this is called an atomizer. So when I do this, that's an atomizer, okay? So in this experiment, any liquid or matter into atoms, okay? So that breaking it into smaller, tiny particles, the size of an atom, that is what an atomizer does. So here, if you notice that in this slide or in this picture, you will notice that there is an atomizer over here. This atomizer has oil inside it, okay? And when I press this bubble, right, the oil comes out from here and it comes into these small oil droplets, okay? So these oil droplets are present. Now, what happens is so these oil droplets are present and there is a small hole inside a plate, okay? So these oil, and this plate is a charged plate, okay? So there is positively charged, this plate is positively charged, and there's another plate over here which is negatively charged. Now these oil droplets, they fall in through this plate, and there is some gas present over here, okay? Inside, in this region, there is gas present, and that gas has its own molecules, okay, or own atoms. That gas has its own atoms. So when these X-rays pass through these gas atoms, what happens is X-rays contain what? They contain electrons. Cathode rays, yes, they have penetrating power. X-rays contain electrons. So when these X-rays pass through this oil droplets, what is happening is these atoms of air, not oil droplets, first they are passing through atoms of air. When they are passing through the atoms of air, what is happening? The electrons, for example, I take a hydrogen atom. A hydrogen atom has one proton and one electron. Okay, now let's say there is hydrogen gas inside this. Okay, so now these X-rays, they hit the hydrogen atom and they pull out this electron as well. So once they pull out this electron, what happens? This becomes H plus. And are you guys able to see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, so once these X-rays hit the hydrogen gas inside, for example, they pull out electrons from the atoms. So those atoms, they now turn into positively charged ions, and you also have atoms. Now these two positively charged ions as well as negative ions, like the negative electrons, they interact with the droplet. So basically what happens, they go inside the droplet, they take, they occupy one or two or three or four of these electrons, whatever number, they multiply and they go inside one small tiny drop of oil. And that droplet is then, the charge is calculated from that droplet. And that charge is always a multiple of, some number multiplied with 1, 2, 3, depending on how many electrons are inside it. Okay, so by dividing that with a specific number, you can calculate the charge of one electron, and you can also calculate the mass of that one electron. Okay, so by doing this experiment, they were able to find out the mass and charge of the electron. Did you guys understand this? So yeah, so they were able to find out the mass and charge. So now if you look over here, it says electron has a unit negative charge on it. When I say unit negative charge, that means I'm going to assume that one electron means 1 unit, okay, 1 unit of negative charge. So that is why whenever I write charge unit, I will say -1. Whenever I say charge of an electron, I will say -1.6. Akshayani, do you have something to say?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so the charge of an electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power -19 with a negative sign. And when I say unit charge, that means it is -1. Now this is the mass of an electron. If you look at the power, it is 10 to the power -28. That is so tiny and so light. So because it is so small, the mass over here you can read, the mass is 1 by 1837 times the mass of an atom of hydrogen. So the atom of hydrogen itself is so light, then that divided by 1800 is almost negligible. So we assume that the mass of an electron is almost close to 0. Okay, so therefore it is denoted by the symbol E superscript 0 and subscript -1. What does that mean? It means that when I say E superscript 0, that means this over here in the superscript is the mass, and this is the unit charge, and this is an electron. So electron has 0 mass and -1 unit charge. Okay, that is the symbol of an electron.